What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Now today on this video we'll be doing some differentiation using the chain rule method, guys. So I've made a video on chain rule, but before we start though, you can pause here and try to solve this problem here. But if you are new on this channel, I would say subscribe to the channel because I'm going to do a lot of videos in the near future, and I'm gonna also solve some question papers there on this channel. And guys, I already made videos on other chapters like trigonometry, limits, expansion, the binomial theorem, derivative, all types of derivative, and deriving from the first principle. So guys, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and if you are returning, welcome back guys. Now before we start, I hope you can manage to get this one. So guys, remember, when you do the chain rule, or when you use the chain rule to differentiate, you need to identify two types of functions. Remember, we have the inner function and the outer function. So let me just highlight here guys to show you the inner function. So the inner function is this one here, and then okay, let me just do it right. The inner function is this one inside the bracket, and then the outer function is everything. You must be able, guys, you must be able to see this, or to identify the inner and the outer function. If it so happen that you don't know what I'm talking about, these things that I'm explaining here, they're there on the icon. Go and watch this video. I explain the application of chain rule method to differentiate. So go and watch it so that you can understand what the inner and the outer are. But anyway, let's continue here. So you should equate the inner with u. The inner function, do not forget guys, the inner function equated with x squared minus 1. Remember, it's the one that is in there. So the outer function, remember, the outer function is everything here, but then we must write it in terms of u. So this u, as you can see, is equal to x squared minus 1, meaning now wherever there is x squared minus 1, we substitute it with u. But this x squared minus 1, it has the power of half. There we go, just right, power of half there. I hope you can see this. Right, now you have to differentiate both these functions, the inner function and the outer function. Now let's start with the inner function. Now when you differentiate the inner function, it's going to be dy, it's going to be du over dx. Remember, du because of the, this is equaling to u guys, né? But this is u with respect to x, so pay attention to that. Then we have du over dx. So when you differentiate this, this is the standard derivative. By the way, we know that the standard derivative, this is gonna give us what? It's gonna give us let me just write it here. It's gonna be 2, then we have x minus, we have x to the power of 2 minus 1. Remember guys, this is from this formula here, this is from this formula here, and this is k, this is from this formula guys, this is from this formula, y, then the dy over dx is gonna be n multiplied by n minus 1. Remember, so our n here in this case is gonna be 2. Remember guys, this is from this formula here. This is the first derivative, it's the standard derivative. Again, if you don't understand where is it coming from, go and check the video there guys. Okay, I explained the standard derivative. All right, let me just go back, guys. Let me just go back so that we don't waste no time. Okay, all right. So obviously if we continue, this is gonna give us 2x. What happened to this one? Remember, one, if we have no x here, the constant becomes 0. Remember, we are differentiating with respect to x. There's no x here, guys, so the constant is 0. So this is a derivative of u. What about the derivative of y? Let's go to y. So dy over du. Remember, now we are differentiating with respect to u on the outer function. Now when you do this one here, again, this is the standard derivative, the one that I just did before. It's gonna be half, right, y u, and then we have half minus 1, right, and then your answer here is gonna be half, right, and then you have u, and then half minus 1 is gonna give us negative half. So this is our derivative. So this is our dy over du. Guys, you need to know how to do this differentiation. I made videos on these things, guys. Go to the playlist, you will see all types of derivative. By the way, this is the standard derivatives. All right, now the chain rule formula. By the way, here's the chain rule formula. Remember, we need to find dy over dx. So the chain rule formula, it's always guys, right, it's a derivative of u with respect to x, which is du over dx, multiplied by the derivative of y, which is with respect to u, which is y over du. But as you can see, we already have those, guys. We already have those ones. Let me just, before we continue, guys, remember this is the formula for chain rule. We already have this, we already find these two, right? So all you have to do is to just substitute here. So let's substitute. What is du over dx? Du over dx is 2x, right? And then what about dy over du? Dy over du, it's half multiplied by u to the power of negative half. So it's gonna be multiplied by half, right, and then we say u to the power of negative half, right. Now from here we just have to simplify. Now let me just continue. Dy over dx. All right, don't forget, this is the formula, guys. This is the formula. Again, I've made a video on this section here. Go and watch those videos. Okay, now let's continue. As you can see, oh, this is 2x, by the way. As you can see, half divided by, 2 divided by 2 is gonna give us 1. So we are left with x on top here. But you can see this u has the exponent of negative half. So how do we get rid of the negative exponent, or how do we change it? This base here, the u, should be on the denominator. So we're gonna have u, and then we have half, right? Remember, you cannot leave your answer with negative exponent. All right, so now that we have this, we can change now. Remember, what is u, guys? Let me just go up before we start. We need to know what is u. Let's go up. Remember, this is our u. U is equaling to x squared minus 1. So we need to substitute again. We need to substitute again. Let me just stop here. So if you continue, dy over dx. All right, so we know that this is going to be x, and then over, wherever there is u, we have to substitute with x squared minus 1. So let's do it. X squared minus 1, but this u, it has the exponent of 1 over 2. Now if you can continue with this one here, and live in a sad form. Remember guys, if we have um, the exponents that are fraction, leave it in a sad form. So let's do it. So this is going to be x squared minus 1. That is your final answer here guys. This is our final answer. I hope you guys managed to get this one here. It is a bit long, but it's not really that long. I've made a basic I explained the chain rule video, the chain rule method on the video that is gonna appear on the playlist of this this part of the chapter. So this playlist is gonna appear at the end of this video. Go and watch that video there, or you can click on the icon there on top. That video is already there as well guys. If this help you to understand how to use the chain rule, you can always like, subscribe, and also comment. Share this video with your friend, and also go and watch the other chapters if you haven't, about trigonometry, limits, first principle, binomial theorem, and all these derivatives on the playlist section. Thank you very much guys for watching. If you didn't understand this one, there is another video I'm going to make, so just wait for the video, or